Hello, I want to share my negative experience with the GOC-K. I wrote an article. I linked to it in the description. And I also want to say here that if a person wonders why an individual harps on a matter, it's because the person may lack empathy. You need to see this from my perspective. I saw a video one time where it was stated something to the effect that if a person wonders why an individual keeps harping on a matter, it's because the person lacks empathy. And the GOC really has no one to blame but themselves. They generated this problem. Bishop Sergius Black is not a good person. He's not a good clergyman. He pushed me away from his church because of my faithfulness to the GOC's 2002 encyclical, which prohibits their clergy giving communion to people they believe to be heretics. He did the opposite of what he should have done. And I found with GOC leadership a real lack of compassion, Christian love, and empathy. Now, Father Maximus did try to help out. He wanted me to relocate to be closer to his monastery at that time. He did try to help, but I found with other clergy and the bishops just a real lack of Christian love, compassion, and empathy. And I want to stress here, you know, what led to this, what led to this situation. When matters don't get resolved, it creates problems. So they could have resolved it in a mature Christian way, according to Christian biblical and church teaching. And I feel like with a lot of clergy professing orthodoxy, they have like these ideologies which contradict their own beliefs, and if you don't accept the ideology, they just throw you under the bus and they make no attempt at reconciliation. They just cut you off. I have found a lot of clergy to not be good people. They don't have good hearts. Their hearts are not right with God, and they're hirelings, many of them, I would argue. And I also want to remind people that Metropolitan Pavlos slandered Archimandrite Gregory when Archimandrite Gregory was a priest in good standing in the GOC in Pavlos' church. Pavlos admitted to the slander, but when he was given the opportunity to confess to the slander in writing, he refused. So he's intentionally maintaining a lie about an innocent person, which is outrageous. This is not a good person. He does not have a good heart. And yet he's receiving communion. Orthodoxy teaches that you have to be right with God and right with people, at peace with people, and repentant of all your sins when you receive communion. But Pavlos is not repentant of all his sins, at least not the sin of slander. He is not a good person. This is outrageous. Where is his fear of God? Where is the fear of God in clergy like this? These GOC clergy do not think in a Christian biblical way. They don't follow biblical Christian concepts. Okay, so look at my article, and I'll stress here in closing, GOC, you need to consider what led to this. You created the problem. There was no compassion in Metropolitan Demetrius, no compassion in Metropolitan Pavlos, no compassion in Bishop Christodoulos. I did these people no wrong. I was faithful to their church. And then I discovered, this person, Bishop Sergius Black, who's a troublemaker. And I discovered that the GOC was violating their 2002 encyclical. It's outrageous. I was good to these people and they treated me like trash. Okay, so look at my article linked in the description for more details.